What is going on, everybody? Today we got another one where I'm going to have Matt guess and see. We'll talk about all these things, but I just prompted ChatGPT for the top five exercise types that burn the most calories per hour. And so we got them all here. What do you think, Matt? What do you got?
When we say exercise type, are we talking about specific exercise? Or are we talking about like the modality, like hit training
Yeah.
or aerobic based cardio? Like which one is it, or is it a specific movement like
Like a s-
squats, bench?
no, no,
Like
no. Like a specific modality of exercise.
okay,
Right?
got
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Um, Interval training's got to be on there.
Yeah. So hit training, it was number five. So it says calories burned, and this is based on a 155-pound person, is what the data is based on here. And
Okay,
it said about 600 to 900 calories per hour, on average, right? It's going to vary greatly for any human, like depending on your size, genetics, different things. But it's just obviously hit is a wide range of things, right? It's just
yeah,
like short bursts of really really high effort, right? Really really high intensity, whether that's like burpees or like running, and then like a resting period for a short period of time.
got it.
What are
Okay,
your
so
thoughts on hit training?
on hit training, I'm a fan of it, man. I like it. It's traditionally like been a huge part of my background. Did a lot of CrossFit. I mean, CrossFit is very, very hit training.
Hmm.
I don't do that anymore. I train totally different now, but um, I still implement pieces of it like here and there just because I enjoy it. I think it's great from a health standpoint. Um, I think it can be abused though. I think it can be abused when it is the sole thing that somebody is doing. And I'll use myself for as an example. What I mean by that is like if all I was doing was hit training, and I think that we've talked about this before too, is like the way I felt, the outcomes did not outweigh the benefits of doing it every day. And what I mean by that is like I was so burnt out and exhausted that it was like, how do I get myself to be able to push the throttle full gas here on day 3 and day 4 after I've already done it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's now Thursday and I got to do it again. Even though the workouts are different, the intensity would still be very similar. It was just like go, go, go. You're dripping, you're drenched in sweat, you're racing against the clock. And eventually you just like you crash, you burn. I remember injuries were happening like just because you're lifting loads, you're under fatigue, your form's not going to be the best, and you're just trying to check a box, right? And so from that standpoint, I think it's not that it's wrong, it's just like what can you do long term. I'm like, what's the longevity, what's the sustainability of it? Now can you do doses of it? I think is highly effective, right?
Yeah.
Especially integrated and woven into a well balanced calculated routine. I think can be extremely beneficial. So those are kind of my thoughts on it. I mean, we could like totally dive into it, but what do you think, man?
Yeah. No, I got the same feel of that. I used to do a lot of hit stuff too, where I would just try to burn. My focus was on burning as many calories as possible, which I think a lot of folks struggle with, especially, women. Women love hit training. And again, I
Yep.
agree with you. I think it's a great tool. And it kind of sparks me to want to like start getting a little bit more back into it because it does feel after it, you feel really good.
Feels
Like
great.
do it the right
Feels
way.
great.
It's like, and you maybe you do it one day a week, but I think like doing it 5 days a week, even like 3 4 days a week can be a lot on the
Yeah,
body.
I was blitzing myself. Don't do that. Like, so if you're doing what you're talking about, you could just integrate it a couple times a week. Like, I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah. Or a finisher, right? It could be a
Or a
great finish
finisher.
to a
Yeah, yeah,
workout.
yeah.
You just like
Yep.
finish on like some sort of type of hit thing for 5 10 minutes, and it's like a fantastic way to end a workout. But yeah, I
Yep.
think over relying on it, it's a recipe for disaster, and you just will kind of be stuck in that perpetual cycle because you're putting your body on under a lot of stress by doing
Yeah.
that all the time. So
Yep.
we got that one. So that's number five. What do you got?
Okay, that
What
was
else?
number 5. Ooh, man, I thought
Mhm.
that was going to be higher than that. Okay. Well, the obvious one that's got to be up there, and I would think this is near the top, but resistance training, just strength training.
No,
It's not in there.
not in there. So
Dang.
calories
Okay.
burned, right, per hour. So
Oh,
you're not
okay.
going
Yeah,
to
yeah.
run into
Um,
a lot of
well,
calories.
what about like circuit training or supersets?
No, so you're thinking a little bit different. I think of like the different things, like some of the most popular things that people do.
Okay. I would guess like cycling.
There you go. So
Okay.
cycling is number four, and it says
Okay,
like
so
interval
they're like
cycling.
different. Okay, got you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Cycling is number 4. Okay, so I got 5 and 4.
yeah,
Um,
cycling, and it says at greater than like 16 miles an hour.
okay,
Burns anywhere between 700 to 850 calories per hour for that 155-pound person.
okay.
And this
I was
is
thinking more on the realm of like different types of working out and strength training. Okay, so it could be totally different categories.
yeah,
Got it.
different categories like that. So hit number five, cycling number four. I love cycling. I
I
think
was
it's
gonna
a
say, have you cycled much?
oh, I used to do it. This is another thing that I used to do so much of, where I would do the stationary bike, right? So not outdoor cycling, but I would do the stationary bike, especially in college and after college. I would do honestly a lot of like hit type stuff with that. I would do like just long distance where I tried to keep up the pace for like 10 miles, 15 miles, but then I'd also do like the interval training where it was like 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off, like and I would go as hard as I could for 30 seconds or maybe as hard as I could for 15 seconds and then 45 seconds off and do that. And that is another thing that could be good for like an ending of a workout. But, it works your legs a lot. Like I
For
definitely
sure.
built a lot stronger legs by doing a lot of stationary bike work in college. And
Yep,
I would imagine that today my legs are probably as strong as they are, like partially to how much I did do
for
in
sure.
there.
It's just high repetition. Like I've mountain biked growing up as a kid. I used to love riding bikes too. Like um, BMX bikes were always the thing. So always riding bikes and doing jumps and stuff. But as I got older, I did get a mountain bike, but I never got into like the cycling, road bike stuff too, which is super cool. Um, but yeah, and a lot of the assault bike too. I don't know if that counts, but like
Yeah, I
the
think any
assault
of
and or the Rogue Echo bike, like yeah.
that's
So you
more
talk
hit.
about like
Yeah, that's more hit than anything.
that's
That is
more hit
more
than anything. Yeah, yeah.
hit.
You talk about like, or they like even Concept 2 came out with their what is it? Their bike erg too. So it kind of replicates more of like a road bike, which is cool. Um, you got Peloton out there, right? So like there's a lot of the stationary stuff too. So that's number 3
Four.
or 4.
So we got one, two, and three left.
Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Running's got to be on there.
One, number
Okay.
one.
Yeah, running's yeah, that's the most demanding. That's like
Yeah,
now that I'm thinking correctly in the categories, yeah, running's got to be on there. Like
yeah. It's yeah.
Is it say specific like sprints or aerobic?
It says 7.5 minute. It's like it says like that's going to burn well over 800 calories per hour
Yeah.
on average for like that person who's 155 pounds. And I personally, it's high impact, so it is something that for me, I wish I could do more running. I actually really do like running, but my knees, I've had surgery on both knees, and
Yeah.
over time, I feel the effects of it, and I
Yep.
think my running form's just not very good, and
Yeah.
so I tend to stay away from running. But fuck, I love I you feel really good when in your cardiovascular shape is a lot better. I think it does contribute to a lot of beneficial things, but I do think that if it's just the only thing you're doing, it's gonna peel that muscle off you, right? And it's a completely different pathway. Your resistance training is a lot different than running. So I think a lot of people are like they're trying to lose body fat by running, and you could definitely do that. But what a lot of people don't understand too is that you are over time, depending on how you're doing the running, peeling away muscle if that's all that you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, it's in the ability, like you said, it's like what's your ability to sustain that too? Like you can do it here and there, but the mistake that I see people do is they try to transition into running, going from not doing it at all. Like so, maybe not even walking, right? And they have these goals and ambitions. Oh, I want to lose weight. I understand running is a great way to, or an effective way to lose and burn calories, which it actually is. However, what's your ability to sustain that long term and be consistent with it? You're going to face, it is high impact. You're going to face the the ability to stay healthy during the process is like a real challenge. And so making sure that you're not battling these injuries and then now you're back to zero. It's like, you have to do it in a progressive fashion. You have to be smart about it. Combining that with resistance training is a phenomenal combo so that you can have the strength to be resilient in the process. But I think just a more gradual progression into the running, whether it's walk, jogging, whether it's going at your own pace that's sustainable, so you're not pulling yourself out of position over extended periods of time. Like that's where you start to see the tweaks and the bangs and the hips and the knees and the ankles, right? Like, so just being smart about it. It is highly effective, but yeah, you just got to be smart and make sure it's integrated properly. And I think that's with all this stuff, honestly, that we've been talking about. It's like, how do you integrate it as a tool, not like it's the one thing that you do,
Well, I mean, like the problem that a lot of people run into is like their focus is all on how can I burn the most calories.
Yeah,
When, sure, you want to be able to burn calories, but you also want to make sure that you're keeping the muscle on your body.
for sure.
That's our most effective tissue that's going to help us like be able to eat more food and be able to live longer. Different stuff like that is heavily contributed. So, but that's running. Running's number one. What do you got for 2 and 3?
2 and 3. Well, one of the movements that I hated the most, doing HIIT training and was in a bunch of workouts, I'm thinking burpees. Is burpees on there?
No, but you're kind
No.
of close. There's something that you do a lot in CrossFit as well. That is in there.
Rowing.
No, that was an honorable mention.
Okay.
Good one, but you do, and it doesn't require a machine, but it requires a piece of equipment,
Oh,
an accessory.
it's an accessory.
It requires an accessory.
Swimming.
Well, swimming's in there. Yep, that's not what I was trying to think, but swimming's 3, right? So
Okay.
swimming is
I was
3.
thinking accessories, like whether you're like you're measuring heart rate. I know a lot of people wear stuff that are waterproof and like they try to get their pacing down or their timer, their watch with their intervals on in swimming.
Swimming's awesome, dude.
Swimming's
But
great.
like low impact, like
Yeah.
talk about a workout. If you can swim, first off, but you haven't done swimming as an actual workout, you'll do like one lap and you are just torched. Like
Hmm.
it is such a tough exercise, but it can be so beneficial. I mean, if you've seen like the bodies of like a good swimmer, they're fucking ripped. Like
Yeah.
because you're
Yeah. Yeah.
you're working arms and legs and cardio and core and it really is like it works a lot of different muscle groups if you're doing it the right way. And it is a cardio exercise like
Dude, Michael Phelps was eating like 12,000 calories, wasn't he? Like when he was training for the Olympics, like, dude, ridiculous.
yeah.
Granted, he's in the pool all day, but like that's potentially, what calorie burn looks like from something like swimming and that you can do day in and day out, right? There's, like you said, we're taking away the impact factor of it. So it's repeatable. So if you have access to be able to swim and you can do it year round, like you burn a lot of calories for sure. I think I thought of the one that you're talking about now. They
What
just
is it?
popped in my head. Jump rope.
Yep. You got
Nice.
it.
Yeah.
That's number 2.
I was like, what piece of equipment? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Cause I was thinking more on lines like dumbbells, barbell. And I was like, no, what other equipment? Med balls. No, jump rope. Yeah. Jump
Yep,
rope for sure.
you got it. So that's number 2. And I personally, I've always loved jump rope. I have a weighted jump
Me
rope
too.
that honestly I think has a lot of dust on it because I haven't used it in a long time. But
Same.
but God, like this is kind of reminding me of some things I would love to kind of start incorporating back into my
Yeah.
routine in a little bit of a capacity because I mean jumping rope is great. Like it's
Great.
hard, it feels good, like there's some sort of coordination aspect to it too, where it's
Yep.
like not you gotta like it works the coordination muscles. You can do one-legged. You could do like there's a lot of different things you can do with it that help a lot. And then the weighted jump ropes, that is a workout and a half
Dude,
to
it's
do
crazy.
both of them. But weighted stuff, you can add heavier weight and you start to work those arms even more, calves, like different stuff like that. Do you use this at all?
Jump rope. Yeah. I haven't lately, but I've used jump rope for years, man. I love it. And it, just like you said, it's like a reminder of like the things that I want to get back into now. I guarantee you next week, I'm going to start incorporating jump rope back into my routine just because that's how good it is. whether like I used it a lot because jump rope's one of those things, it's a skill, right? And so the timing and the coordination has to be there. You also have to have that level of stamina to be able to do it at a certain level too. So like I would incorporate, I remember when I was training like consistently with it, I would incorporate it as my warm up. Like I would just do it as warm up. I would do it as a cool
Yeah.
down, like gets the body going. You're jumping the body, you're getting the coordination going, the timing's getting down. You're working on being efficient, because if you're not efficient with a jump rope, you'll tire out really quick. And so your shoulders get super smoked, your forearms will be on fire. But if you learn how to relax and you learn correct positioning, you can be really efficient and you can spin that thing forever. And so it's great for a lot of different things. And I was honestly, that wasn't on the top of my mind, but now you gave me those hints and I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like you could burn a lot of calories
Yeah.
with it. You see it a lot with boxers, right? For the timing, the coordination, the skill, the consistency. Like it's great. I think it's awesome. And same thing, I have weighted ropes and I have speed ropes. And I'll tell you,
Yeah.
there's a huge difference. Like spinning that weighted rope, like you have to be efficient or else you'll feel your shoulders immediately. And then your
Yes.
timing gets screwed up and then you start hitting your feet and your coordination starts getting off. So you have to, the more efficient you are early on, the more energy you'll be able to preserve and you can kind of extend over your sets that you do. But man, yeah, it's funny like watching people and learning when they jump rope for the first time, like they tuck their knees up super high,
Yeah.
right? Their arms are super far away from their body, extremely inefficient. And then as they start to figure it out, they bring their hands in a little closer. They don't jump as high. They're like, I remember reminding people in class too and coaching them like, hey, look at the thickness of your rope. Like it's this thick, right? Like that's how high you have to jump. It's about timing. It's about efficiency. And they're jumping as if they're doing a box jump, right? And it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, and once it clicks for people, they learn how to be more efficient with it and they can almost like calm down and relax. And then they start spinning that rope really good. So I think it exposes a lot of things that almost like false hustle. Like if you're inefficient, like it just exposes you really quick.
Yeah.
Versus when you see somebody who's very efficient at the jump rope, you go, man, it looks like effortless. Like if you ever watch like Floyd Mayweather jump rope, it's like it's
Yeah.
crazy, dude. Like it's insane.
No, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I agree. Like I love it. I'm definitely going to start mixing it back in
Yeah.
to my routine as well. And just to recap, so number one on the list was running, number two jumping rope, number three swimming, number four cycling, and then number five hit training. And again, just to kind of end it, like it is like a lot of these are great tools. Like use them in your routine, but I would say just like relying 100% on one of these can be, maybe drawing you back from getting the results that you are wanting. Um, but then again, like if you love it, it makes it do whatever you want to do at the end of the
Yeah.
day, right? Like it's I think that there's something to be said about enjoying what you do for workouts. And so just make sure that, what you are doing is fun for you. And, if you like it, you're going to be consistent with it. At the end of the day, that's all that really matters. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. These are always fun when we pop on here and we just kind of guess, but then we also give our 2 cents on everything. So hope you enjoy this. Hope you guys also have a great rest of the day. Subscribe if you aren't, and we will be talking to you soon.